you want to tell them what you did today, babe?
Oh yeah, yeah. So on top of my spending that I assisted with on you, I bought Zoe a Switch.
Before that, before that.
Oh, and I spent 3 hours outside of her work slowly stalking her.
Oh, being really immersive in your role as Fenrir, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fucking creep.
I know. I just found it funny because I was like texting her and I was like, "Buy me food," and she's
I
like, "You're
can
not
see
even at the
you.
mall," and I'm like standing outside her store, like looking through the window, looking at her.
I, I can see you.
Yeah, but I can smell you.
Fucking
I
Morgan.
can smell you.
I can smell you.
God.
Absolutely delicious.
But yeah, he did get me a Switch. He got me Animal Crossing again.
Woo!
So I
Cringe.
tried at work because of him.
Oh.
My kid's about to get a Switch, apparently.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
It's all good. She has begun her journey playing Sea of Thieves with me.
Aww.
Yeah, 1 year she will be a pirate pro and she'll kill everybody in her path. And I'll be proud of her if she raises hell on their vessels.
Speaking of Sea of Thieves, I actually found a computer. It is a desktop. It's going to be a laptop for now, but it actually is around a price that we can actually pay for in time.
So
I might be able to play Sea of Thieves with you guys one day.
Woo! Better get ready for some hardcore PvP because I'm done with Safer Seas.
sorry, I'll get her practice on Destiny too.
No.
Ash in comments knows how sick I am of Safer Seas now.
Wait, people still play Destiny?
I was gonna say that soon enough, whenever I do get a console, I will be returning to Sea of Thieves.
You gotta get an Xbox.
Yep.
If you're gonna get a console, you gotta get an Xbox.
Your PS5, they're better.
It does
You
not
don't need Sea of
have
Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Just get a PC. Anyways, well, welcome to tonight's special episode of Dungeon Initiative. I almost just straight up said Dungeons and Dragons. It is Dungeons and Dragons. But this Dungeon Initiative, as Sunday we were kind of unavailable, had a couple of things come up that were kind of stupid, impending our time, and yeah, here we are, guys. Reserved for the Academy session, which is not live yet. Heard that right? No. Okay. Any questions before we get started?
I was gonna ask what y'all think of the profile pic. This is what she looks like. I had to make some adjustments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, send me this picture.
I'll send me
You're also supposed to be posting that in the art section.
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
What I said? I said she got the lesbian haircut.
I heard it.
What did you? Then what did you say?
That you look like a pop singer, like a K-pop singer.
Oh my god.
It shows her.
I will.
My question is, who's ordering pizza tonight?
Hold on, two people were talking at the same time.
I heard pizza and that was it.
Go ahead, Edward. Were you saying something?
Oh yeah.
I think it had something to do with like the LaFay. Like if you were to see like her actual face, like she actually does look like a K-pop singer. But other than that, it's all.
Ow.
Yeah, the big difference is LaFay in game does more push-ups. Boom, roasted.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. You weren't there last session of what I did to LaFay.
Oh yeah.
She knows though. She knows what you did. And then Zoe, what were you saying?
Night.
I was saying my question for the group is, who's ordering pizza tonight?
Funny enough, we had pizza.
Yeah, we already ate pizza here.
I had pizza for lunch today.
We got Wawa's pizza.
I didn't get that chicken.
We're making the pizza with Pillsbury pizza crust.
Nice.
Mid.
Very, very nice. Well, there is a certain player here that was going to go ahead and recap us on the last session because they most definitely watched the previous episode. LaFay, take it away.
Oh God, my.
Oh, ooh.
She went silent.
You done this to yourself.
Just muted herself.
I'm
I
staying.
can't believe you put me on the spot. Don't worry, I did the same thing last week too.
Okay.
That's it.
Would anybody like to take it away?
I haven't seen the rest. I only know that at our what is it, the healing thingy on Buffet.
From now on,
And
starting
I
today,
guess.
I am introducing a brand new punishment. You guys ready?
Lord.
Uh-oh.
So, if I call on you to do a recap, and you can't remember, and this goes for chat, call them out. Ready? If you can't
Also
remember,
haven't seen the rest. So.
but you were there. If you can't recap the session, ready? The next 2 successful rolls you make in the game will be instant fails.
The fuck kind of shit is this?
Bro, I get short-term and long-term memory loss, alright? You can't do that. It's discrimination against
Oof!
Like, I'm actually being serious. I only saw like a little bit of the last session, but I never seen the whole thing, so I don't really know what's going on.
She saw everything up to the point that at our.
From what I can remember is Q punched LaFay, like he basically knocked her out. Fenrir.
Wait. Okay, so I did hear that part.
All right, let her tell us what she knows. Let her tell us what she knows. I'm gonna give everybody the bye tonight, but that is gonna be official. If I call on you at random, at least give us a synopsis, an inkling of the last session. I got notes.
That canon though.
What? You get knocked out again?
Yeah, because I asked you and I asked Edward.
Yeah, that's canon. I knocked your ass out.
No.
You sleeping now.
You're out
Having a
though.
long
You're
nap.
out though.
So, what was I hit?
No, you're good. You're good. You're out.
I hit you with a door.
That's what he called
He
it.
was saying different. He was saying otherwise.
So real fast, the recap, guys. At first, the very beginning, Maurice and Fenrir went ahead and checked the caves because they were hearing thundering noises coming from the caves, such as, boom, fighting whatever he was fighting, some monstrosity that our favorite DM here had come up with. We progressed down further. At this point, the rest of the group joined up with, after going down the same tunnel, joined up with Maurice and Fenrir. They separated again, going down the 2 separate cave entrances, the one they had entranced from on the ceiling of the cave entrance that they were standing in, and the strange corridor-like tunnel, the one that theoretically Q had come through. They didn't meet until later. The original group, I believe it was Eddard, Fenrir, Zoe, Hugh, and Maurice, had come across the creepy shovel-faced cat centipede monster from hell.
Oh yes, this.
Yeah. Fenrir rode that shit like a rodeo.
Centipede?
Yes.
Centipede.
Everybody else continued to fight it, and Maurice almost rode it about the same amount of time that Fenrir did. Zoe caved in almost the entire cave system because of erupting earth trying to get him out of the ground. After it came back into the cave area where they were, Fenrir had unleashed a bit of his Beast King power and actually froze the inside of its carapace after ripping it open. After that, they proceeded out into the larger chamber where they had rejoined with Boom, the friendly giant from earlier in the session. He was also fighting these weird shovel-faced cat centipede monstrosities from hell. He had killed about a few of them. And after that was cleared up and they had a rejoiceful reunion, the others from the shrine had come out and rejoined with everybody. Boom currently is now being affected by the, I'm assuming, green flame.
Yes.
And it is affecting his mind as he told the rest of the group to run and get away, as something else had seemed to be making its way towards us at the current moment in time.
Thank you so much. And from
I
there,
believe that was just about everything.
just about. Yes, sir. Thank you
And
so
then-
much. And we pick up from there. The group, hearing the caverns rumble and the echoes of some monstrosity moving through the cave systems. Boom, clutching his head, calls on you guys to run. And Fen, you have this feral instinct kind of washing over you right now. It's kind of like urging you and drawing you back into the caves.
Seeing Boom affected by the green flame and this feeling coming across. Boom, do you know what's coming?
Go ahead and roll. Let's see. Roll like a persuasion to see if you can like get to him.
You roll a 1.
I rolled a 5. How dare you?
Yeah, Boom doesn't seem to be like reacting to this right now. In fact, he's looking at like some of the scattered group from the Night Knockers, and like he swings his hand down in front of them. They manage to like duck and move away just in time. Sam kind of like urges his knockers to start running, and they start to run in the direction where Hector and Asher are pointing the rest of the group to.
Finra watching Boom, and then back toward I'm assuming he senses it coming from down the main corridor looking thing, the one that was more made in a sense.
It's like your instinct is pointing you in the direction you guys just came from, like where you guys first fought the Cave Carver.
Yeah.
It's coming from that direction, and you can definitely hear like earth rumbling and moving, and the cave system kind of shifting beneath everyone's feet. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna do what a tank would do, and I'm gonna try and stand in front of everybody to soften any blows that come our way in case Boom decides to come after us. So I'm gonna get myself into like a ready stance.
He was getting up front and blocking whatever's going to come our direction.
Yep. Alright. Let me set something up here real quick. Alright.
Yeah.
Hiding behind Fenrir. Hughes taking a defensive position. Eddard, what are you doing? And LaFay, what are you doing?
I just finished putting like whatever stuff we carved out of one of those creatures into the bag of holding.
LaFay was still knocked out.
For the sake of, we could probably say you woke up at this point because you've been knocked out for at least an hour.
That's her.
She should have some health as well.
Yeah. Has she been knocked?
What's up? One more time? He said something and then he cut out.
Oh, you're lagging, I believe.
No. I was gonna go on the character sheet. That way I can make sure that the health is up.
Can you hear me now, Effie?
Yeah, I can hear you. There you go.
Okay. I'm having a bit of a small and light influx of good and bad signals. I can't get like a wired signal here for the iPad, but it seems like I'm back now.
I'm back, baby.
Dink.
Okay. So, since you guys kind of seem to be in defensive positions here, let's see. I'm trying to like not complicate my life here with this.
Also, if I make sure to bump your health up by 10 points.
That's what I wanted to be sure, because it's at 25.
If she's taking a short rest, technically speaking.
Everybody roll initiative here for me.
Oop.
I
got a natural 20!
I got a 17.
Ooh, those are all
Let's go.
good so far.
15.
Okay.
Roll. Yeah.
It's mid. It's mid.
It's mid.
I mean, that's about 75%, bro. That's more than mid.
Hello.
And LaFay, what you got?
I got a 19.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah, just unplug the heater.
Oh. You might be tapped out from the previous engagement.
Yeah.
So, you start to kind of come to, LaFay. The cave and the noise is kind of like distracting, you know. Actually, I was supposed to add something else here.
Yeah. Why? What's wrong?
It's because of how that one keeps. It's going to be difficult to keep removing it.
Oh, yeah. We'll get you another one and a regular controller too. Mm-hmm.
It's most definitely Christmas. Everywhere you go.
In the weirdest way of saying, I want people to send me things that they may like, except for you. I don't think I can mail to Canada.
I didn't catch. What you can't nail what?
Probably mail to Canada. Well, it'll be expensive to mail to Canada.
I always forget he lives in Canada.
But.
Yep, the better country.
But maybe I could get you credits on a system of some kind.
Alright.
I wouldn't trust governments.
Boom, there we go.
If you're going through government shit.
No, I'm saying like if you have a PS4 or a PS5 or an Xbox or something like that, I can just buy you a PSN card or something.
Alright, so
For
LaFay,
what, Boulders?
Yes.
you start to kind of come
You're
to.
fine,
You are most definitely woozy.
That's bitter about that.
You're currently being held by Riza, who's kind of looking strained and you know confused as to like what to do at the moment. Watching the rest of the initiative kind of take their stances, you can tell that something bad is happening. This being said, Fen, you feel the cave system like shaking and bits and pieces of rock and rubble begin to collapse around you guys. Boom, still clutching his head. Go ahead and what do you do? It's your turn.
Is the zone behind me a bit safer?
You have a rock wall behind you guys at the moment, so from where you're standing now, it's about 20 feet over toward the exit where the rest of the group is heading right now.
Okay. Looking around and keeping my focus in the direction that I can sense whatever this is coming from, I'm going to look at you. Whatever's coming, this thing's much stronger than probably anything we fought so far. It's got me on edge. Just giving you a heads up.
I do like me a challenge.
So do I. And I'm going to hold my action for whatever's coming comes out.
All right. From there, we go over to LaFay, who Riza now notices that you're awake. And she's just like, you might want to go back to sleep, hun.
I can do it.
I'm sorry. Also, Hugh, you do feel Fenrir's hand kind of like just behind you. If you get whatever
Right.
happened in case.
Yeah. I can feel your presence.
Yes.
So she says I like to go back to sleep.
She's basically saying, like, it's a bad situation. Maybe you want to go back to sleep.
She tries to like get up. Oh, what's happening? Is everyone okay? Are you okay?
She like kind of like holds on to you. You'd have to kind of like fight her, and she's just like, you're in no condition to walk around on your own. I have to get you safely out of here.
What happened back there?
Ah!
Assassin, and the next thing you know, everything went black.
Ooh.
Riza, looking at the rest of you, is just like, I'm just gonna get her out of here, guys. We all should get out of here. And then LaFay, she's gonna move on your turn.
Oh.
Yeah, she starts headed towards the night knockers right now. And from there, Fen.
What's up?
With when Riza starts to kind of run off, Boom's like shouting, "Ah!" He looks over at you, and he's just like, "I'm sorry!" And he raises his fist to like slam down on top of you.
Oh.
Oh no.
He goes to slam his fist down, and you just absolutely like, you notice that like the look in his eye, there's like a twitch, and he pulls the punch, and it slams into the wall behind you. Ah! And you can just hear like the crunch noise as one of his knuckles break.
Fenrir watching him. Hang in there, buddy.
Just go. They won't go anywhere. And I need all of you to make a dexterity check.
Come on, baby.
Dexterity
I got
save.
10.
Dexterity save. Saves.
Oh,
Dexterity
okay.
saves.
Oh, okay.
It ain't gonna make much difference.
So,
I got a 17.
Listen,
Let's fucking go.
if you just rolled, go ahead and
Natural
roll again.
20.
Pick the better one.
So this one?
I rolled the check and then I rolled the save and I got the 17.
26, let's go.
Baby. I don't feel so good about myself anymore.
I got a 13, and so we got a 5.
So long.
All right, so the ceiling kind of shifts, cracks, and starts to collapse, and large boulders cave in. 41 points of bludgeoning damage if you failed, half if you succeeded over a 15, or a 15 or higher.
How much is it again for the you said how much?
So it's 41 total.
41 and then just half?
If you failed, half if you succeeded a 15 or higher.
Gotcha.
So we'll say 20 then for half, or 19.
Yeah, 20.
Like
20.
The DM likes the DM likes to round up, so you take 21.
Quick question.
Oh god, dude.
For DM,
F it, you see, Do you see my problem already?
Let's see.
Uh,
Oh wow.
LaFay just wakes up, gets hit in the head by freaking pieces of boulders.
Yeah.
that be allowed.
What, with a nat 20 to like half their damage or something?
Yeah, because I rolled nat 20, so like I was wondering like maybe that could also effectively save another person, like give them half damage if anything.
You'll spend your reaction for the turn.
That's fine.
Alright, so you bust out your shield. Who you protecting? Ona shifted up with the Night Knockers, by the way.
I would say I moved the shield up to protect Zoe since it seems like it would affect her more at the moment.
Okay.
Alright. I need you guys to do another one.
That's
Oh,
just
God.
from what I saw there.
Yep.
Bro, LaFay's about to get knocked out in 5 minutes.
How do you think I feel? You don't even know what I'm at.
So I just got another nat 20.
24.
Well, Hugh was having a little nap under a boulder.
31
Not
points
big
of
cash
bludgeoning
money.
damage as another part of the ceiling collapses down.
And those who
15 or higher,
succeed?
you take half.
So
You said
31.
So since I saved Zoe last time, she only took half damage.
On that one, yeah.
Hugh
Bro.
is on saving throws.
LaFay's oh my god.
As well,
A few people are kind of indisposed.
Thank you.
Actually, you get it with advantage because of Riza.
LaFay's-
So, go ahead and roll again for both of those.
So hang on, because I'm gonna have to fix the thing. So it was at 14. So okay, so 14. You said what? Take advantage?
Yeah, roll advantage for that because Riza's with you, and then just tell me what the roll is. Solid. So yeah, you only take half of that damage.
So she still get okay. So
Huh?
yeah, LaFay's fucked.
Currently Hugh is at 0 doing saves.
Yay.
I'm at 0 as well.
Zoe's sitting at 6 points of health.
Is that from
Kind of
both?
seems like an Ona moment, doesn't it?
Oh god, what am I doing?
LaFay is also doing saves right now.
Ona, you're our only hope.
She might have to.
So
Pull your miracle whip.
What's going on?
I'm trying to figure out where everyone's health is at because, like, with Zoe, since I got the natural 20 the first time, saved her so she only got half damage.
Yeah, so Zoe, you should have only taken half the damage from the first one.
She stepped away for a second.
Well, she takes half of the half she took already.
Yeah, I was
On the
gonna
first
let her
one.
know that she got back in.
Okay, so
What was the result of the second one?
did she pass the next one?
I do not know. She stepped away.
Gotcha. For the sake of moving things along, we're gonna say she did pass.
Okay. So
So with my second natural 20 that I rolled, I'm gonna save Hugh, so he only takes the second one.
So you take half on that second one, Hugh. I don't think
Regardless of someone saving throws.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. It didn't help him. And plus, you used a reaction on your last one.
can I use
You can't do it twice.
my reaction
Yeah.
to throw Hugh out of the way?
You would take the full damage then.
It's fine. Ona will get me, right?
Let's
Right.
hope. She's all the way at the bottom of the
Right.
order.
We'll go back up
Right,
to
Effie.
we're at, and you only take 32 total.
I love games with my friends.
I'm in danger.
46. You take 30 because of the total damage. Basically, Eddard used his reaction to shield you, and then the second one came down, and it was still able enough to. That's awesome.
Dropping rocks on my friends is fun.
Is it?
Alright. Damage resolved. Everybody's good? Cool.
Yes.
So, the opposite wall of where you guys are all standing, the main group, and where Boom had like punched into the ground, behind him the wall begins to shift and break open, and one of the cave carvers bursts forth and lunges over and grabs Boom. Beneath Boom, another one rises up and grabs on to Boom as well, and now he's restrained on the ground with these things wrapping around him.
Freaky.
Hugh, your turn.
Yeah, baby.
You got this.
Fingers crossed. First one's an 18. Oh, that's a save, sorry. Do I just get the one roll, or do I get 2 rolls per turn?
One per turn.
Okay, then that's the end of my turn.
Alright, we go over to Eddard. Eddard, what you doing from here?
Right now he's down, right?
Yeah, having a little cat nap. Don't worry.
I kind of just grab him to pull him away. Well, how far am I?
You guys are like all like next to each other because it was like that rest spot that you guys had.
Oh,
So you haven't shifted too far from that area.
yeah, I'll grab him and kind of start pulling him along toward like where Ona's direction is.
Alright. That's your action for the turn.
Yeah, I can move up 50 feet. So.
Yeah, you catch up to the rest of the group, and you do notice that like.
Am I half since I'm carrying someone technically?
What's your weight, Hugh?
Me thick boy. Let me quickly go through my weight stuff.
We'll say it's at a disadvantage. So yeah, you're moving half your speed.
Okay, so that means I only move 25 feet then.
Okay.
So I weigh 422.5 pounds.
You're dragging him right now. Yeah.
You trying to drag me?
Just remember, Fenrir throws this at something.
At high velocity too.
And while you're dragging him over, like the rest of the Night Knockers see you, along with Maurice. He's just like, "Oh man!" And he runs over and he like tries to like help you carry him in. And you notice that the cave kind of like it looks like it's been carved into look like an archway, and it's like going down and it seems to go 50 feet down a dark passage.
I think we're just gonna have to get the hell out of here.
Why is he so heavy?
People left in the main room. I think that's gonna be Fen, Zoe. Yeah, Fen and Zoe. Make dexterity checks.
Checks or saves?
Saves.
I got a 13.
It's going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage. Half if you pass a 15 or higher.
God.
No!
Does Zoe go down?
Yeah!
Played a game of whack fuck and lost. Fuck, there's 3 people down. We're not. I'm not good at this game anymore.
LeFay is down right now.
Okay, so it's LeFay, you, and
Zoe, 3 people down right now.
Okay, Hope hasn't brought her help.
Group nap session.
Okay, and then Character sheet, pulling up the character sheet. Okay. Alright. Edward, as you see the cave starting to collapse again, Ona like raises her hands and she's like focused on Zoe and like the others, and she seems to kind of be in prayer, but that's all she's gonna do at the moment. She calls out to Fenrir saying, "Just hurry up and get out of there! We have to run! Please!" And from deep within the cave, you guys hear this rumbling. As something begins to shift the cave even more, and you guys see a split in the ceiling. It goes to Zoe's turn.
It's just a raw d20, right?
Yeah.
That is a double fail.
Oh.
No, that's a double fail. It's 2.
Oh my
You rolled a nat
God.
1? Oh, good. Because what's anything over 10 is a pass, right?
It is a pass, yes. Anything below 10 is a fail, but a natural 1 is a automatic double failure, and a natural 20 is...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Double.
Actually, no. Natural 20 is you just dropped the 1.
Oh, is it? I thought it was you only get 2.
Fenrir, your turn.
I just got done with my art. Come on.
I mean, didn't we give Eris like a special ability at one point?
No, we haven't discussed that.
No.
I've been trying to have a TED talk, but we haven't had a TED talk.
Well, I always thought the cape thing and everything that
Oh no, but the
came
cloak
with it.
isn't on. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, my cloak isn't on. It dissipated earlier.
I might have an idea for something.
Oh God.
But it is Fen's turn, so we'll see if we can get to my idea.
Hearing that and then seeing Zoe collapse and looking at Boom. I'm gonna come back for you. And I'm gonna run to pick up Zoe and then run into the cave entrance there.
Yeah, rejoining the group as soon as you get close to them. Ona lets off a prayer of healing. Big numbers. Bam. Everybody heals up for 30 points.
Here you go. Say it.
Woohoo!
Go.
So does that mean that people who are down are up, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, that would stabilize you guys.
Okay.
Yep, so in the zeros we get 30.
Mini scares, huh? Mini scares, huh?
I mean, I'm already ready for a second character if this goes down the wrong way. I'm prepared, dude. I am prepared.
I was gonna get upset because she got knocked out. Just to say a couple lines and then get knocked out.
Yeah, you should see Riza right now. She took most of those blows for you.
I know.
Can I get up again?
Sorry, guys. I think I have a way out of here.
My half-orc girlfriend.
Yeah, Fen, as we get to your turn, like the Night Knockers in the group, they shift forward, moving about halfway down this cave, like this passage, and you can see that it kind of turns off. All of you can see this, it kind of turns off, and Asher and Hector at the lead are shouting back, saying, "It's a little further up. We can make it. Everybody just keep moving." And Fen, you moved up with Zoe, right?
Yeah.
Behind you, you can hear the struggling going on, and Boom kind of looks right back up at you guys, and you can see the green leave his eyes, and he seems to be fighting this, and he strains against it. He's just like, "Run, friends! Mama boy!" And he just starts fighting back against the Cave Carvers. And we go over to LaFay as Riza's running up the passage with you in her arms. You feel droplets of blood hitting your face. And when you look up, you see that Riza has a gash on her forehead. And she's just she looks pissed off. You can see the veins in her neck and her muscles all tense holding you. Bits of rock bouncing off of her. And she's just like, "Stupid giant! Stupid cave! I'm gonna get you out of here if it's the last thing I do!" And behind you, you guys hear one great shout as there's a ripping and a tear and then a snap. Anyone at the rear, you look back and you catch a glimpse as Boom rips one of these things in half and slams it against the wall and then gets tackled by the next one.
Oh my gosh.
I must go back.
When she sees Riza and badly wounded, she's gonna kind of raise her hand up and touch the gash on her head and just be like, "You hurt."
I just have to get you out of here. Don't worry about me. And I need all of you within this cave to make a dexterity save.
Oh, I'm gonna go back down. Look at that, 14.
24.
Yep.
14.
14.
I'm gonna feel so bad if someone gets a nat 1.
29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, come on, Emily!
No!
29.
I only have 1 point left.
29 points of bludgeoning, minus 3. So I only take 26.
Effie, because I'm carrying her, can I rage to use my tail as defense?
To swipe it away?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll spend your reaction for this turn.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. You said
Alright,
20.
so how much?
20
how
what
much-
again?
29, I think.
15.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Use it 29. Oh, trust me, I'm the same boat you are.
Okay, so I'm at 15.
Actually, I made a mistake. It's actually 7
Thank you.
for
Guard
as
Sweet of you.
the shield master.
Master feat.
You guys are gonna hate me.
Oh, what
Roll it
was,
again!
What was that?
We have to be like
15 or higher, yeah.
Effie, no.
shield master feat. Because I can add it.
Okay.
So half of that then, right?
Yep. Another shake of the cave.
Jesus.
Dexterity save, everybody.
Oh.
In the middle of me fighting Kakashi, come on.
Oh, baby, I'm just gonna put my health down
Oh,
to
come
0.
on!
Because I already know I'm back on death saves.
Bruh. 21.
10 points of bludgeoning.
How much?
10. Half if you beat a
23.
15 or higher.
And how much do I take?
Nope, I'm down by 1 point. God damn it.
So,
How far is the cave exit from us right now?
you got a minute.
It'll be like 10 turns. Or is that what you're saying?
No, not 10 turns. Maybe about half of that. So, as the cave shifts and a large crack runs along the ceiling above you guys, all of you running down the passage, one of the Night Knockers, turns around and he's like, "Come on, guys, come on!" And a rock just falls and lands right on top of him. And, while the shocked Sam kind of stops for a second, Maurice and Wave grab him, and they're just like, "Come on, man, just keep running!" And as they push him to run off, Edgar looks at you guys, and he looks at you, Fen, and he goes, "Come, come, we must hurry!" And a large boulder crashes down and pins Edgar against the rocks. The ceiling behind you guys begins to break in large chunks, and you can make out as Boom like blocks an attack from one of the remaining cave carver, but it comes around and it throws a hook and jabs right into his rib cage. We go to Hugh. What'd you get on that?
I got a 16.
Solid, solid. Edward.
One good thing.
So, like, at the end of this passage, just before it turns off to the right, some of the group kind of making it through. They yank Sam away. You see one of the guys get crushed by a boulder. Edgar is now pinned against the opposite side of the wall, like, on the right side of the cave. And, like, he's just, like, jammed in there. He's, like, trying to pull himself out. Amongst the confusion, the back of the cave is starting to collapse down behind you guys.
How far is everyone in front of him?
Most of the people who've moved ahead are anywhere between 30 to 40 feet ahead.
I'm gonna move 50 feet ahead to get in front of them, and I'm going to bring to Sweetwater, so I'll open it out from where we left that.
I don't like that laugh.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened.
So, aren't you carrying Hugh?
I'm getting royally fucked.
I thought operators grabbed them.
Oh, okay, so
I
you
got
left it to
up.
them. So yeah, then like yeah.
And then I got hit again.
He got hit again, and then the knockers, yeah, they're carrying him out right now. So yeah, you would move up to the group, ahead of the group.
Yeah, just kind of sprint ahead of them and then just grinding the ramp over the shield and opening up a portal big enough for them to get through. So as they're running, they'll just rush into there.
Okay, so the group seeing you, they go one after the other. You see Sam's distraught face, kind of like looking at you as they go through, and Ona like stops right there next to you, and she goes, "I'm not going without any of you, not this time." And she like turns to like face in the direction you guys came from, waiting for the rest of the group.
Quick question. Is Lycan form in action?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, you can't do that.
don't worry about that. Just kind of look at Ona for a
You can
second.
run. You can run.
Alright, but just get ready to step through, okay?
Her hands kind of do like a bit of a glow, and she's just kind of like at the ready.
Kind of hold the like above groups, or ready to like get put above her in case more debris falls.
Alright. She's standing ready. You hear like a groaning, and the constant shifting seems to kind of like move, but it's coming from behind you guys now. And Ona looks over her shoulder, kind of like she's trying to look past the portal that you just created, and behind it, she's just like, "Oh, what is that?" And you see that the cave, there's like this part of it where it looks like a bunch of rocks caved in at one point, and you see that it starts to shift and move, and then it breaks away as the dirt parts, and a large head pops out of the dirt and is shifting and moving and expanding the walls around it. And it's getting closer and closer to running down the cave.
How far?
Now at this point, this thing is about 120 feet, closing the gap down the cave.
Alright, everyone, hurry!
Zoe, here go. At this point, you're about 60 feet from where Edard is at currently.
I'm gonna go ahead and dash towards Edar.
Yeah, she's gonna leave my arms and make a dash towards him.
She's going to leave my strong arms.
The thing
You know
is,
how those cats like they get into like that pounce basically, and they just like kneel.
yeah.
That's basically what she does.
All right. At the end of the order, everybody that is currently in the caves, Hugh, you're safe. Riza and LaFay are safe as well. So Ona, Edard, Fenrir, Zoe, all of you need to make dex saves.
Made it. I rolled a 16.
I rolled a 17.
Oh my god, I'm happy now.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
19, so.
Did you succeed?
So only 10.
Actually, no,
No, I use my reaction to take no damage since I succeeded.
You were supposed to be at 39, but you stabilized. And then Ona heal goes.
Effie, I know what city you live in. I will hunt you down.
Since you're rounding the corner, okay, you see Ona with her little glowing hands, the portal, and you just see like what looks like a mouth opening up down the cave, getting larger and larger, the ground shifting rapidly around it, and we go over to Fenn's turn.
Edgar's right there, right?
Edgar's like pinned under the rock right now, and he's just like, just go. It's too large even for you. Duh.
I'm in rage. I'm gonna try and manhandle that thing.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
I will have you know that Edgar also has a little Ed inside of him, which means he's going to survive this.
That is a natural fucking 20.
The boulder, as massive as it is, you put all your strength into it, and you manage to shift it and throw it off to the side. And Edgar's just like, fuck, I thought that was it.
Looking at Edgar, I'm not leaving another one behind. And I'm gonna pick him up, and I'm gonna make it towards the gateway.
Yeah, running up towards the group. Now that Ona like sees you guys both in her path, she casts another healing spell for those of you who are left in this vicinity. And that's going to be 25 points of healing.
Thanks.
And you should be... What's your movement speed again?
It's 25. It's 50. I also rage, so I have an extra 25.
So you should be able to make it up to that portal.
Yeah.
Can I please you stay at a normal health? That's all I request. In my life.
Wait, did you go down again?
I went in one.
So, Fen, as you get up there, are you like gonna snatch Zoe and like go through?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, you see the cave collapsing with this maw of a mouth just closing in on you guys. Let's see, as they go through, LaFay's through. Edard, you can hear the giant that you just met, known as Boom. He's like shouting, "You won't hurt my friends! I'll kill you all! I'll make everyone safe! And as you're hearing this, make a dex check. Save.
If I'm going through, can you just grab my tail?
Ona's gonna grab your tail.
Okay.
So plus the AC of the shield, it's total of 15 exactly.
Nice.
$18 points of bludgeoning damage as the rest of the cave
So
collapses
that'll be
in.
9 half, right?
Mm-hmm. You hear more like the battle between the giant and the other monster. The rest of the boulders collapsing in, and you can just barely see the last glimpse of Boom as he goes to throw a punch, and this creature like lashes out with its claw. And we go through. Hugh, make a death save for me.
Did you make it through?
Yeah, Hugh made it through with the rest of the Night Knockers who carried him.
15, baby, that's 2.
Solid work.
Go.
Eddard, the cave quickly closing in. This monster like snaps its jaws shut, and you can see that it's just a much larger behemoth version of the creature you guys just fought, closing in, getting closer and closer and closer. What do you do?
Is everyone through?
Yep.
Kind of push Ona through the portal and.
She grabbed Fenrir's tail.
Okay. Kind of taking one last look at the giant as it's fighting, getting flashbacks of his old master, and then closing the portal.
So, the hall, right? Or the initiative?
Yeah, it was the initiative hall where we left the animals.
So, all of you go through, and you find yourselves in this circular room with a bunch of like bleachers along the walls, some of them pulled in and out, a couple of tables set up against the wall with old food and stuff sitting there. Seems like somebody had left a fire on at some point and it's like still burning down the candle wick. All of the Night Knockers are like sprawled across the ground, just resting up. Sam's like off in a corner, like, you know, with his hands in his head. When he looks up and he sees Fen come through with Edgar, he immediately like runs over and like hugs Edgar. LaFay, Riza kind of crawls over to like the top of one of the benches as she like sits back, reaches in her pocket, and pulls out some bacon.
She's gonna reach in for like grab the healing staff, and she's gonna point it at her, and she's gonna say, "Here, do you need healing?"
Is that for me?
Yes.
She like takes and starts to eat, like biting it.
No.
Doesn't taste very good.
Oh,
Eat it. You do not eat it. And she's going to cast it. And it is. That's 3. Math. Hang on. That's 3. So she gets. Damn. 8. She gets 8 points of heal.
It's something.
Yeah.
She like takes your head, puts it on her shoulder. Oh, look at that. We made it back to where we started. Oh fuck. And that's when Eddard comes through. Eddard, like the last thing you see as you're like going through the portal is this thing about to snap its jaws shut around the portal, and then on the other side. And then you guys are all safe back at the castle of the capital.
I don't like how you're saying that.
I
Damn you, Lefay.
Hey.
Right now it's still dark out. Like middle of the night.
Aaron does like stand there for a moment, just like kind of gathering his thoughts from him, then kind of looking around to see if that's everyone actually, like scanning the room, like checking for all the knockers, all initiative.
Hugh gets left behind. Dun dun dun.
What was that?
I said Hugh gets left behind. Dun dun dun.
All we could bring back was 1 foot.
Half a foot. Just tankard.
It was just one.
Hector and what's his face are here, right?
Yeah. Hector and Asher.
Asher, okay.
Yeah, the two of them, like, they're confused. Hector more so, like, where are we?
We're at the former Dungeon Initiative HQ at the Capitol.
Oh, shit. And, like, you see Asher kind of go pale, and Hector's just like, we have to get back home. My brother and sister, we can't leave them alone. And Boom, he looks over at Fenrir. Boom is still alive, right?
I saw him. He was still fighting.
Maybe we can make it back home, resupply, gather ourselves, and we'll go back in within the next hour. We won't waste any time. Right, guys?
Uttered. How does that ring work?
I have to have been there.
What if I use it?
It might take a while. You have to. But how's this working?
It's whoever's wielding it, as long as they know where they're going.
Okay. I can remember it. Or sort of like training.
The kid could use it. A kid could use it.
Oh, no, that's good.
Yeah, Ona used it.
That's true. That might work.
I'm gonna reach out to take the ring, or the sling ring.
Place her into his hand.
Fen, you go to put on this ring, and you realize it's too small for your finger.
Can I put it on the edge tips of my fingers?
Yeah. I was like, let me come up with an issue that'll be so funny. Nah, it's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
you really want to fucking...
Hey, I've been having fun with this one. This is crazy. Even I was sweating. I was like, damn, I almost killed 3 of them tonight. That was nuts. Go to the DM Hall of Fame and just be like, hey, it wasn't a TPK, but it was something.
Going to open up a portal to the...
You cut out?
Gonna open a portal to the farm.
Okay. Right. Damn, that hit me hard. Like the group kind of like gathering themselves. Edgar's kind of like the only one. He kind of like stands up and he goes, at least I wasn't completely crushed to bits. Something's broken. I can feel it.
Fenrir's gonna look at Edgar. You rest, please.
Sam, he doesn't seem okay. Just look at him. And like, sure enough, you guys see Sam, and he's just in the corner, like staring at the ground.
He lost 2 people. He almost lost you. Keep him company. He's your leader.
We are safe here?
Looking at Edgar.
As far as I can tell, but
Riza gets up hearing you guys, and even she's like, LaFay, you see a squirt of blood come out of her rib.
I'm not really sure why they're in that position though.
It's not safe here.
She's gonna reach her hand up. Riza, please sit
No,
down.
we're not safe here. We can't stay.
What even happened?
I
Where
fucked
is
up.
the assassin?
I fucked up.
What did you two do?
We went exploring. I was a bad influence and ran into some guy that works for your brother. Let's just say he was much faster than I was. Than I could hit. We were in a lot of trouble and they chased us out of the castle. Out of the city. We only got here out of luck.
So, the Fen already.
Who?
The Fen already sent those two through.
Fen opened the portal, but you guys have been conversing for a minute here.
At this point, I'm gonna look at Eddard. I guess everybody gotta come through.
I'm not sure we can rest here. The wolves and Queenie are outside though.
Are they?
Yeah, I left them here.
Oh,
Are
Going outside. Why do you have that face?
Make a perception check.
My perception is shit. I can't see anything. I got a 5.
And you're approaching the doors?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all of you watch as Eddard turns down this hallway, and with every step he takes, there's a from his footsteps that echoes down the passage. And as you're about to get to the door, they get pulled open, and you see 2 large guards. How did you get in here? And you notice that behind them is a whole battalion. And they're all just kind of staring at you guys.
No sign of wolves or Queenie out there right now?
With that perception.
With that perception, you see only guards.
Yeah, since Fenrir, you have the highest. You clock about like 12 to 13 men total, fully armored. They seem to be the closest of the soldiers, like the guards of the castle. And they have horses, and there's men on horseback with spears. They're looking into the hallway. All of them are just baffled as to what's going on, but you don't spot the wolves or Queenie anywhere. At least from this angle. But they are all looking at you, and immediately they form up and they raise their shields and their weapons and swords and look at you guys, and they're just like, by order of the Extended King, Godfrey Stonebane, you are all under arrest. Initiative.
Jeez, what did we do with Skyrim this day?
And Riza.
Damn it, Riza!
Just like this really
Disappointed look on his face.
Ona is kind of like moving back towards where LaFay is at. And LaFay, you're right next to Riza, right?
Yeah, she's next to her, kind of like leaning against her and like holding her. Like, I assume she got stabbed in the stomach, so like she's holding it.
Ona like grabs the back of your pant legs like real tight, and you notice it when she grips you. And
she's gonna.
I think we're in trouble.
She's gonna let go of her wound, like stop like covering her wound, and she's gonna like hold on to Ona and like kind of pull her in as like a comfort.
The group all standing there in this stalemate. Asher looks
which
over.
way did the door open?
It swings in.
Proceeds just to close the door.
I mean, like, the portal's open.
Yeah, Asher grabs Hector and goes, "Fuck this," and like throws himself and Hector through the portal. The guards immediately react to this and they're like, "Stop them!"
To get going, and I'm gonna grab both doors and push it shut and make it form to hold it.
Zoe's just gonna run into the portal.
Just put my unconscious body across the door.
I'm gonna Hugh Howitzer Hugh through the portal.
What the heck?
That's
smashes into the Zulu house. The kids are just like,
throw me at the guards.
No.
Just flings.
Play a game of fucking. Play a game of fucking bowling.
How many guards can I have?
Yo, like Ash is in the chat right now with like the most suspenseful eyeball gifts ever. Like, yeah, Asher and Hector like leap through. Immediately, the other Night Knockers grab Sam and pull him through the portal themselves. Eddard transforms into his lichen form and slams the door shut. The guards outside all pushing and shoving against the door as best they can. Eddard, you hear one of the guards on the other side says, other side, send the word! And it seems to go off along the castle.
Still holding the doors. Like,
oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's Civil War! Yee!
It's prophecy come true. Hold the door.
Woo! I love that video. So yeah, I assume all of you, one after the other, are going through the door, right?
Yes, I'll drag Hugh if I have to.
Eddard, make a strength check. Stop. You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
So it's a natural 20, and with the strength from the lichen form, it's 24.
Okay, solid. Like, you feel like some of the guys, like, no, 1, 2, no! And, like, you can just see, like, their faces in the cracks of the door, and then all of a sudden they catch a glimpse of you. And with that, you manage to slam it shut, and the latch locks it with your net 20. There. Pushing the door. The rest of the group, whoever went through so far, who's still left? Fenrir, you went through?
I don't know.
Hugh went through?
Making sure that everybody else goes through, and then I grab Hugh and go.
Eddard, it's just you in the room now.
Oh no, I'm saying like I'm making sure everybody else goes.
Oh well, then Eddard's the last one in there with you. So as the other people go through the portal, Eddard had already just slammed the door. He starts. I assume you're gonna head towards the portal as well, right?
Gonna look over at Fenrir and tell him, go and close it.
You're staying?
I have to talk this through with him to know what happened.
The doors behind the portal begin to slam as if somebody's trying to make it into the room from the other side.
The best chance you guys got at fixing this. Go.
Gonna throw Hugh through and go through the portal, but I'm gonna throw the sling ring back through the portal to Eddard.
Yeah, you'd have to throw it as it's closing, okay? If you remember, like Harry Potter, when yeah. Just make a dexterity check to throw it.
10.
You just make it. So the portal's closing, and the ring comes through and lands in front of you. You're still in your lichen form, right?
Start reverting back after the portal closes and kind of tuck the ring like into the boot.
The doors in front of you, the portal closing, you change into your form and tuck the ring. And as you look up,
I
the
just
doors,
get down on my knees behind the head.
the doors swing open behind you, swing open in front of you. And as the guards all surround you, they're asking, like, where are the others? Where are you? This is Edward Stormbane. And you see that Godfrey is stepping into the room from the entry doors. And he looks down at you and he just shakes his head. Edward. And we're going to take a quick break here. are back, everybody. Hope you had a decent little break there.
I think it's just Zoe and Fen haven't said anything.
Okay. We'll give it a second here. Edward, get a little comfortable.
Okay.
Okay. They only updated the Twitch policy because of this crazy new trend that's been happening lately. So,
What's that?
let me put the wait time back up.
No, but I do want to say I did see that trend though. It was actually on Twitter everywhere for me.
Oh yeah, it blew up for a little bit, but I guess they just did a new policy update to make sure that people understand what's allowed and not allowed.
Yep.
Well, first thing I did was pull up hot tub streams, and one chick is just sitting there pretty much naked, but just the bottom of her nipples are pretty much just covered.
It's okay, man. You can do it too.
Damn.
You can do it too.
Let's get a black sensor bar.
All right.
Can you move him, please?
Sasuke.
All right. We cut to the main group, all appearing over on the Zulu farm. At this time, the lights are out in both the houses. It's not a cloudless night, but there's a couple lingering clouds here and there. The distant sounds of critters chirping and stuff like that. Hector immediately, looking around, he points at the house and he says, "You guys can take rest in here. Asher, make sure they have food supplies, other things. I'll be right back." And he makes his way over towards the main house.
Fenrir, after coming through, kind of walks over to Oda. I guess you should know first. Edward's going to be talking to his brother for a minute.
I hate it when he does this.
I can understand that.
We're supposed to be a team.
And we are. That's why I left him the sling ring. I'm pretty sure he's smart enough that if he gets in too much trouble, to just pour it out of there.
Who's the most wounded right now?
I'm still unconscious.
There it is. He was carried off into Asher and Hector's home, where he's immediately laid out on top of the main table, and they kind of get to work on mending your wounds and such. Sam is sat down outside of the house on one of the stool chairs, and he's just kind of like staring off towards the lake nearby. Edgar sits next to him to kind of comfort him. Again, Hector's going off towards the house. You guys can see him as he's reaching like the porch and heading into the front door. Ona looks over at you, Zoe, and she's like, "Do you need some help?"
That would be lovely.
Let's see. So everyone within range in the main group. Ona makes a prayer for all of you. You're not there, so this doesn't count for you. 22 points of healing.
Yeah, I'm up. Again.
Wait, I thought you were in a different house.
I'm just assuming that
So
her prayer would hit me.
So yeah, she's like she can see him through the window. Like you guys are next to that secondary house. This is like a 1-floor home. It's not like the main house that has 2 floors and a large porch in front of it. This one's a little more humble. But everyone's kind of sprawled out through the living room and the kitchen. They're just kind of all resting up, taking a break. But main group is all here. Hector's the only one who went across the grounds to the main house.
Okay.
So yeah, Ona heals all of you, and you guys are chillaxing there for the next hour or so. What's everybody doing?
So a short rest?
Short rest indeed.
Yep.
I wouldn't say
He was
like.
gonna ask what the fuck happened.
Everybody's getting the benefits of the short rest, right?
Yes.
And this time things are happening, so you can go ahead and do your healing now. Okay. And from there, what's everybody doing? Sorry, I just wanted to add that in.
He's gonna ask what the fuck happened. Cause one minute we were in a cave, next thing I'm in a fucking bed.
Some of the night knockers look you over, and one of the guys says, "Took a big boulder to the head, man."
That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah. Neither does cave diving. He goes over and he like sits up against the wall, just kind of slumped. So, as the group is recovering here, a little while after, you Finn especially, you can, like, your ear twitches every once in a while as you can hear that there's some, like, banging and noise going around from the house that Hector went to. The front top right window, what you know to be like the master bedroom of the house, the light is on, and a little bit of time passes, and you see Hector emerge from the house carrying a very large backpack, and he's wearing half of his armor from when he was serving in the capital. You notice that he doesn't just have his sword and wrist shield. He also seems to be carrying a rifle of some kind.
Finner walks up to, he looks at Hector. You're gonna go for Boom, aren't you?
Yeah, the only problem is I don't have the heavy rounds that I need. See this thing? It's unique. It's one of the last models distributed to my platoon. Last thing I took with me before I left. Capital's probably still looking for it.
Well, it's not just your friend.
I know. We're gonna have to go into town. There's this tavern. There's a guy I know there. He gives me all sorts of odd antiquities and such. He probably has the ammo I'm looking for. You can probably rip its scales apart, but I can shoot into that flesh of it. That's got looks weak enough.
But the way I'm feeling, you may not need them.
What do you mean?
At this point, his eyes have been like verging from that blue to that yellow, that rage intensifying. He's been able to keep it kind of under control since the last incident.
He's just kind of looking at you, confused, not really knowing what you're trying to imply.
If anything, how long would it take you to get there?
The tavern, probably a 25-minute walk from here. Can be in and out within 10-15 minutes, as long as he's got everything I need. We're gonna need some explosives for the caves. Like I said, the ammo, maybe some fire grenades.
If I were to... Well, he said he purchases these things.
That's what he's looking to do, yeah.
With...
You cut out.
Second. The pizza's ready.
No. While he's all gearing up, talking to Fen, is anybody else interested in this conversation?
I'll listen in.
So yeah, you heard a majority of what was said there.
Yeah.
Any input?
Not, actually, kind of like the sound of this grenade you, have been talking about. I will come with you, and I'm going to buy a fuck ton.
They go for a couple hundred.
Don't know how to use it. Hey, we just got paid, remember?
True. There's also the fact that Boom did help us kill one of their best people. The lords, I mean.
Of course.
If they haven't come looking for her yet.
I've known Boom for a very long time. About a year and a half.
You guys were close?
I hope you know, I'm the one who taught him that word. Baba Booey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're the dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When we go into town, we're gonna have to be really quiet and to like lay low. So maybe a few of us go at a time.
I mean, that'd probably be the smartest thing to do. But why do we need to be quiet? I mean, I think I know the reason why to be quiet. Never mind.
The town's usually still pretty
I
lively
mean,
at
we
night,
just killed the Lord.
especially towards
Yeah.
like the middle, like where the fountains are and all that. People like to drink and dance and do all sorts of crazy stuff all the way through the night. That's usually the best time to kind of sneak around and do what you have to. I'm just saying. With the guards and everyone being on alert, it'd be wise of us to go in undercover. He reaches into his bag and he
Sounds
pulls
good.
out like a cloak and kind of throws it over himself. Zoe,
I
you're
shall
there as
also
well.
do the same.
Awesome, awesome. So you will be joining the party.
Oh.
LaFay,
Yep.
you are also here. Riza is looking kind of like, like she's starting to feel a little bit better. She's drinking some water, eating a snack. She looks over at the group, looks over at you. Hey, I might sit this one out, okay?
Yeah, you're badly hurt.
I mean, so are you. I don't think you should go either.
Yeah. I did get a knife in my stomach back there, so
It's my fault. I shouldn't have taken us in there.
what even happened after? How did we escape?
Well, let's just say I got really lucky getting past the assassin. He sounded an alarm before I can go get the animals. Had to take a horse from a guard and make my way out of there. It's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure we left Eddard somewhere where he's going to be in a lot of trouble. We're all in a lot of trouble. I gotta make it right.
You think Erald's brother knows about the assassin?
Pretty sure that assassin works for Eddard's brother.
But who is he assigned to kill? You don't think he's there for Erald? Or one of us?
I can't tell who got hit harder in the head, you or Hugh.
I mean, I did hit her pretty hard. But I mean, it ain't no fucking boulder. Twice. Two giant goose eggs on the top of my head, like one on top of the other.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just like stomach bothering me. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I assume Fen and Zoe are back yet.
We are trying.
Better be some damn good pizza.
I was.
Damn, I get some pizza tomorrow.
I mean,
Everybody's getting pizza now.
Sereno!
I've only recently started making pizza at work, so.
Drink water. Drink water.
That's what I mean. That is so
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Sorry. No, it's not. Because then later I'm going to need it.
I think it was the
maybe. So with this, the group hearing the plan, Hector kind of tells you guys, we're not going to go immediately. Even I need a minute. Like, he, like, stumbles off towards his house, and you can see he goes in, and Asher hands him, like, a cup of tea or something. He starts sipping on that.
Fenrir kind of looks in the direction of cave system, or the cave entrance from this side is.
You're looking off in that direction. You remember, it's kind of a bit of a walk to get there. Like, I think it took, like, about an hour when you guys journeyed in that direction last time. Just, yeah, like, you can't see any sort of movement or anything going on. You do notice that one of the Zulu kids, the brother, he's kind of, like, standing at the porch looking over. He looks kind of confused, if anything. But yeah. Besides that, the group would rest for about an hour here, recover some HP.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah, you're good. So yeah, Hector, after this hour, he has his bags packed and he's ready to go. Hugh, you're heading along with them, right? And
Yep.
Zoe, Fen, you're gonna go? Seeing that you guys are kind of mobilizing, Ona. Mm-hmm.
Fenrir's gonna stay by the house. Keep an eye on the cave entrance.
Okay. So remaining there, Ona is kind of looking at Hugh like, are you gonna be okay? Do you want me to come with you?
I think I'll be okay. The least thing I gotta worry about is the Lord's men, and that's about it.
She tilts her head looking at you.
Let's just say I might have started problems here for people.
You were in trouble
but
in
it was in the
two
goodness.
major cities?
Let's just say I made some money by getting rid of somebody very, very bad. And those bad people's employers might want me dead. I don't know yet.
Okay. Here. It's my last one, but I've been doing so well with my magic that, well, you'll need it. And she hands you a superior healing potion.
Let's go. I appreciate it. I give her the money for it. Here, go buy yourself candy with this.
Ooh. She, pockets it, and she says, I think I'll wait till we get home. And she looks right at you, and she says, so we can all have a really good dinner together.
I think everybody would like that.
She goes off to sit with the rest of the knockers. You see LaFay, sprawled up next to Riza. LaFay, you see Hugh getting ready to leave with Hector. Fen moving off towards the main house. Zoe, what are you doing?
She's gonna be following after Fenrir.
Okay. So you're sticking around here?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. LaFay? Final answer, you sticking here?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick here around.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Hey ho, ho ho, and the mother people I go.
Alright. So, while Hector and Hugh begin the journey towards the Sweetwater town, Zoe, you're approaching Fen, and he's like next to the house. What part of the house are you standing at? Like on the opposite side, facing towards where the caves are, or are you kind of like in front of the house, looking over the entire farm?
Kind of watching where the caves are, but I am going to be starting to like circle the farm, the whole like keeping everything at least safe for looking around to see if there's anything disturbing the soil.
Yeah, you watch as he turns left to the house, Zoe, and he kind of disappears around the corner. You go off right. You do notice the Zulu kid, the boy. He sees you and waves at you before going inside. And soon enough, you walk around the house and you meet up with Fen on the other side. Because I'm cute like that. I like writing stuff like that.
Yaw.
Just bump into
I had
each
to murder
other.
my love interest. He was a fucking bitch.
Zoe's gonna like kind of like skip up to him a bit, and she's gonna lightly place her hand on his shoulder. I know you didn't, but there was not much we could do. It's not like how it was at the Grove, Fenrir.
This time I can actually do something. I couldn't fight that thing back at the Grove normally. These things are physical. I can rip them apart.
But you can't be mad at yourself. She's gonna take his hand gently into hers. I'm sure he will be. He's strong. He reminded me of you. Before all of this happened. Like a younger you.
Oh, really?
She's gonna like just look away from his gaze.
A younger 30-foot tall hairy me?
That's not what I meant. And she just like lets go of his hand and just like turns away from him. Oh, you would have been an ugly child, actually, now that I think about it. And she just like literally like rubs at her eyes like, why did I think of this?
All you know is that Fen is like the cutest fucking child. No, you're such an ugly child.
You feel like that warmth thing, and then there's a flash as Eris pulls off and leaps in front of you, and looks back at you and says, "I'll leave you two alone."
Eris, you're fine.
Please make sure you don't get lost, please.
I can't get lost. I always know where you are. And then just wisps away.
Okay, cool.
Truly alone.
So she's just gonna like stand there and like cross her arms as her tail would lightly swish from left to right. You know, we actually haven't been alone Ever since they made Old World.
He sleeps really loud.
I'm still questioning why he did end up on the door those times.
Fenrir kind of like slow turning, looking at her. How the fuck does he end up on the door? What does he do? How does this happen? Is it the mimic?
I just realized you're talking about me. I just figured that out. You're talking about you and he randomly wakes up on a door.
She's gonna stop, look at Fenrir. Wait, he had a mimic the whole time.
Yeah, the mimic. It turned into a hat. Where did it go?
I thought it was a box.
No, it was a hat.
When did it become a hat?
We're currently wearing him as a hat.
Oh my god.
Are you?
It's my disguise now.
Are
It's my
you?
disguise now.
Wait, no, hold on. Are you?
Not well. I mean, I left him at the house originally, and I'm grabbing him and putting him on my head. All right, where no? No, he's at our main house. He's at our main house.
Is he?
Being fed. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Box is at our main house. Yes. Because Effie's gonna be like, oh well, the fucking boulder crushed the mimic. That's exactly what he's going for. And to clarify.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna get rid of my pet, you son of a bitch.
Okay, I have a question, and we'll delve into it soon. Did you check for your mimic on your way to Sweetwater just now?
Oh no.
If you're saying that,
yes.
if Hugh, as far as he knows, left the mimic back home, that's as far as he knows. But if he's looking for the mimic on himself right now,
he's a little forgetful. He thinks he left it there, but now he's gonna check for the mimic.
Fantastic. All right.
Oh no, you're gonna kill my mimic, you son of a bitch. You better get me a raccoon then. I want a raccoon.
Just leave it there. I'll take it out later. Remind me before you leave.
Badger.
You okay though? That was bad.
No. My friend's dead.
Okay. So Zoe and Fen, you guys are having your little moment here, and you remember the mimic. Bounce, bow wow.
Right in the yard, in the visual of all the children.
You're at the back of the house, pressed up against that wall.
That's
Zoe.
Oh yeah, Zoe's the one doing the hand thing.
No.
Yeah, she's forcing him against the wall.
The leg.
It's the leg.
It's the leg.
Hey, yo!
It doesn't even make sense. It's like this awkward angle. Like if you ever seen the Zohound movie.
Let's be honest here, Zoe's dumb.
Kind of she's just like smaller than him.
He said, let's be honest, Zoe's the dom.
Dummy mommy.
But yeah, you guys are having a little moment. Eris left you guys to it, and yeah, you guys remember the mimic.
Oh no.
She's just gonna literally rub out her temple a bit. I'm pretty sure that mimic was the one putting him up there.
If it was, that's a strong mimic.
And it's probably annoyed at him. When has the mimic even done anything?
What hasn't it done?
Then again, maybe that's why his hair looks a little bit more messy.
What if the mimic is Arzan?
What?
Yeah, Zoe.
Where's my mimic?
Zoe, you
Where's
feel like
Boxy?
Zoe, you feel a cold tingle go down your spine when he says the name.
She shivers like heavily and just like her arms like kind of like hug herself a bit. Please don't say that name.
Sorry. I hate the guy as much as you.
Where's Arzan?
It's not just that. Her ears would flatten slightly as she looks to the side. It wasn't great being alone.
But you know you're never alone, right?
It still feels like it.
Gonna hug her.
Not only that, I miss her. I haven't seen her since that day. And it worries me that she's not here.
Well, we heard from the other guys that she was in Sweetwater.
Well, where could she have ended up then? I just want my sister back. That's all that I would really want.
I know.
It feels like I lost them again. That's how much it hurts. I don't want to feel this pain anymore.
No. Most of the time, that's what keeps us going.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
What do you want, you staring maniac?
You're not getting any food.
The dog. The dog, like...
Bro, you can't do that. We were in the moment. The dog fucked it all up.
It was the dog.
It's just the mimic in the corner, just staring at the two of them. Oh, I see you.
Hey, don't blame Sasuke for that.
Absolutely blame him.
No, you want to know what made us laugh though? A little bit ago is that he scared himself with his own poop.
He saw it and then he was like, ah!
Yeah, no, like he spazzed so bad he fell off the bed.
Oh, poor thing.
Alright. LaFay, we cut to you and Riza there, and you notice that Ona's just kind of like standing out in the middle of the field, looking around, just all angry looking.
What are you doing?
Waiting for Daddy. I'm gonna beat him up when I see him. I hate when he does this.
Don't throw a tantrum.
She kind of starts pacing back and forth. You're not there. Huh? Just vanished and disappeared. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I had a dream that he left me in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Was that last night? I just think that every time we get separated, bad things happen. You mess with the king's treasure.
Hang on.
Even Hugh kind of disappeared on us. But I guess we all split up, so that was a confusing time. I don't even remember what we were doing before we all came out here. Like, she finally, like, sits down on, like, on a little rock, picks up other little rocks and just throws them.
She's gonna, like, crouch down next to her.
You really shouldn't be moving at all. You should find a bed in there and just go to sleep. I'm sure Asher would be okay with it.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. So, Royal, I did take a beating, me and Riza.
What were you guys even doing?
We were exploring. I followed Riza. She was very curious about a lot of things. And I just so happened to stumble upon an assassin.
You mean that guy that works for Eddard's brother?
Yeah, that's the one.
He's like a bodyguard there.
Were
you trying to steal his treasure? Oh my god. We're wanted criminals, aren't we?
I'm
Just
sure that
being
we can,
truth.
you know, I'm sure that we can explain about that.
LeFay, I feel like if I was to ask you to write me an essay with just 100 words, you'd get scared of writing the first paragraph. I don't think we're going to be able to explain ourselves very easily out of this one.
Out of character, I feel so attacked.
That was just a burn. Oh.
I feel so attacked.
Oh, you got called out.
Oh my gosh. You did that on purpose. In a character and out of character, you did that.
That's like Godzilla minus a ton.
Bro, like, oh, let's just throw her under the bus. She missed last out session. So, essays. How dare
Look, Ona's just calling it as it is.
she just got roasted by a child.
Best rogue ever, better step up. Ona's getting sassy. And low key about it, but not really. Yeah, she like reaches into her back pocket and she pulls out what looks like black licorice and she bites it without even thinking, and then she's like, I guess the candy matches the mood.
What is that? What? I've never seen that before.
Poopy black licorice, and she like gives it to you.
She
What the
sniffs
heck?
it.
I
She
can't.
sniffs in like
I
the
can't
ear
swear.
corner.
I can't swear. Even though Daddy's not here, I can't swear.
I mean,
But I feel angry.
She looks around. I mean, you could say one word, just don't tell him.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure Zoe or Fenrir would hear this from afar.
Do it.
You can whisper it into my ear.
Shitty candy. I hate it. Only Goblin likes this crap.
She says I can't.
She, LeFay's gonna like laugh at this because she's been waiting for like Ona to swear. She's gonna take a bite out of it and she's gonna make a face and spit it out. Oh.
It's a waste of candy. Don't do that.
That is a waste of candy. I was the one that brought the candy.
Hey, I don't like licorice.
I might not like it, but a waste of candy or food is just disgraceful.
I'm sorry.
No, LeFay.
you want-
Don't be sorry. Do better. And then she gets up and walks away.
She's just gonna stay there, crouched down, looking at the licorice with a confused face, and she's gonna look at her like,
Asher comes out of the house and he hands you a cup of tea. Kids.
thank you. Yeah. Hey, Riza. Remind us never to adopt a child.
Riza's passed out and she's not moving.
He's gonna look over to, what's his name again?
The guy at the door?
The one with that gave the tea.
Asher? He's at the doorway, like right next to you.
Oh, she's gonna look at Asher. Remind me to never have kids.
He just shrugs his shoulder and just keeps sipping tea.
You want this? He's gonna offer him the licorice.
He like waves it off and he goes into the house.
Okay.
We cut a little bit ahead here, and Hugh and Hector, you guys are arriving at the northern gate of the Sweetwater town, and just to the side of the gate, you notice that there's like the two usual guards that are posted there. They like hail you guys and they say, "Are you residents of Sweetwater?" And Hector like nods yes. Let's see documentation. You're nearly past hour. And they like exchange some information. Hugh, are you trying to be discreet right now?
Yeah.
Like keep your head low and stuff like that?
Yep. Just to keep my head out of my ass.
One of the guards looks right at you and he says, "What's his name?" And Hector cuts in. He says, "Yeah, neighbor of mine, Georgie." And he like looks at you, kind of like indicating Georgie is your name.
Yep. And it's not in my head. Yeah. That's me.
Make a deception check.
I thought you were gonna go for like colonial or something like that.
Hmm.
Colonial or something like that.
Oh, what?
Colonial or something like that.
Oh, that's not good. 6. Rolled up an 18. Sad face.
So you,
I go to correct him. It's not Georgie. It's Richard. We've been neighbors for this long. You still don't know my name.
The guard holding the paperwork looks right at Hector. Looks right at you. Says Georgie right here on your documents. And then the other guard's like looking at you.
It's a nickname.
Yeah, it works for me. Let him through. And they hand him back the documents. The one guy's like still like watching you as you walk by, scratching his beard.
That's a nice beard you got.
Move along.
Very.
Move along.
All right. Okay.
Hector like kind of
These
like
aren't the two adventures you were looking for.
Hector like pulls you along and he's just like, so lucky they're idiots. Don't push our luck, okay?
Hey, if I need to, I will kill somebody.
All right. Go ahead and make do a stealth check.
Yeah, you get rolled 2. Oh, that's a nat 1. And that's a 7.
So
Conk, 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 conk.
Yeah, you guys are like walking, and the thing
He
is
has
like,
heavy armor.
yeah, it's not just you, it's also him who is also wearing armor underneath his cloak. So it's not like you guys are, you're trying to put the effort to be sneaky, but you're sticking out like thumbs, especially out in the open areas. There's like a few people here and there that are like up and active in the town. Most of them drunkards, just kind of like passed out in front of their homes or just kind of getting home. Some of the guards spot you guys. Make a perception check for me.
17.
You do notice there is a gentleman leading a small squad of soldiers through the town, and he seems to be wearing a sigil representing the Lord of the North. He hasn't noticed you just yet.
Oh god, oh no.
And Hector hears you, and he's like, what is it? Oh, shit.
We should definitely avoid those guys. Yeah, you know.
He like kind of like nudges you to like duck down a passage between a pair of homes, and he's like, "We're not too far off now. We just got to make it a little further, okay?" And the two of you kind of walk down this alley. Looking up, you can kind of see that there's like some people like hanging off of like their like fire escapes, watching you guys both pass by. But they don't seem to be like anybody important or who sticks out necessarily. You make it out, and you're down the road from the that middle district, where you know they have like large fountains and all the steps that lead up to it with the people that like to hang out there. That's where you know all the main bars and the hangout places are in the markets. Go ahead and make another perception check here.
8.
Alright, and then make a stealth check as Hector and you approach a large group of people.
17 and a 3. Love that. Love rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, the two of you walking through the crowd of people, a lot of them take notice to you, especially like the noise you're making. You're not exactly like quieting down at all. You have this weird sense that you're being watched, not just from the people around you, but from unseen eyes. Hector looks over. He sees another alley. He goes, "This should take us close to the bar, close enough to sneak in through the back door. Come on." And he leads you through. Again, another alley. Nothing really significant happening. He reaches the corner and looks around, and across the street you can see that there's like this one very large tavern facing the middle of the district, and behind it you see that there's this open door with a guy behind it smoking a pipe. He seems to be wearing like a cook's outfit, like an apron, and he's got a bunch of tools along his belt, and he seems to kind of not be given a care in the world. And he looks over and he sees Hector, and he like straightens up and looks around, and he like shakes his head like no. Hector looking around one more time, he like makes his way across. You go ahead and make a stealth check here.
I'm not getting worse than that. That one again. I can't roll for disadvantage because I can't get worse than that.
Make a perception check.
Fuck, man. What is with the low numbers now?
God.
8.
Hugh, have you ever touched the dice of a man named Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton. No. I feel like I should know.
You cross over and you're huddled up behind Hector, who's in like this furious conversation with this chef, and you hear the chef say, "Fuck no, Hector. The last time we got involved, I had to sign away some papers that then the fucking Lord of the North managed to use against me to then clear out my entire fucking bar. Whatever I have left is for high-ticket customers. You want weapons, you want ammo, you want anything that I have in my vault, you're gonna pay top dollar this time. You fucking understand?" And Hector's just like, "Listen, it's an emergency situation, okay? A friend needs us. I don't have time for your stupid inflation because your feelings are hurt. There's a life on the line. And I'm supposed to give a fuck how. And who's this? One person at a time, Hector. Drawing too much attention. Bad business." Do you say anything?
So, you're having problems with the Lord of the North, I hear. What if I break you a little deal? You help us out, and I'll make sure the Lord of the North becomes the, no longer a problem for you or this town.
And in a matter of time, they're gonna replace him with someone who's even worse. You fuck with the
I'll
Lord of the
keep
North.
coming back.
He looks at Hector. "You brought me a fucking fool. Both of you turn and leave
Fool.
before I fucking kill you both right now."
I proceed to take off my cloak and try to intimidate.
Ooh, roll intimidation.
Fuck. I get caught on the cloak.
Motherfucker, you don't have advantage
Shit.
on your intimidation or nothing?
No.
Damn.
He does.
He keeps forgetting.
No, do I? Oh, that's right, my armor.
Oh no, absolute unit.
Oh, that's right, I do get...
Your main ability that you love, and you don't remember?
Oh! 3020! 3020!
Oh, yeah.
Defend your G. Because I forgot, because, like, in the other... I keep thinking that with the absolute unit, it's the old one still. And so I'm thinking, like, oh, fuck, I can't be intimidated. But no, it's like, I get fucking... whatever you said. Big boy pants.
Yeah, like, for a moment, you feel the catch, and then you flip it. And, like, it's just enough to kind of give you, like, this flash, and he kind of, like, isn't, like, you know, like, gets the glint of your armor, and then he looks you over, and he does look like, oh, okay, no, I don't think he's a fool. What the hell did you bring to my doorstep, Hector? This guy's armored to the teeth.
Oh, God.
He looks around. Get the fuck inside, come on! And he like pushes the door open. As soon as you guys go in, you hear like the ruckus of music inside of the place. There's people shouting, and you can hear like glasses clinking together, things breaking. You find yourselves within the kitchen, following this this odd figure. Some of the other chefs and cooks, they look at you guys as you pass by. You know, as soon as they notice what's going on, they kind of like turn away and act like they didn't see you. He leads you into like this office space where there's a painting of what looks like him and an older woman, and Hector's looking at it and he goes, "Is that your mom?" And the guy's just like, "What? You don't love your mom?" Jesus. Takes the painting down, and there's like what looks like a turn knob within the wall, and he cranks it and pulls, and it shifts open, and inside you see what looks like a vault. And he flicks on what looks like a switch on the wall, and these flickering lights begin to come on in this room. They seem old and rusted, like, you know, he'd put it together himself over time. And on the rack you see a bunch of revolvers and rifles of different ages and time, and each, as the higher they go up, it goes from small to larger weapons. On the left side of the wall, you see explosives of different kinds. Mainly what you remember to be what's it called? Those mini hand grenades that you guys were throwing around before.
Oh yeah.
I forget what I called them. Damn. Rocket splashers. Thank you. My brain just went completely numb.
You made it.
It happens. And then along the right side of the wall, you see that there's like different types of armor and stuff like that, like cheap stuff. And he goes over to a box on the ground, flips it open, he starts digging through for, you know, some sort of ammo. And Hector's just like, "Alright, we're gonna need a couple of those rocket splashes there on the wall. You got any wire that we can use?" And the guy like tosses over his shoulder, looks like a spool. And he's like, "That should do the trick. What are you trying to do? Blow up a fucking cave with a monster in it." I imagine it's not too far from town. You're gonna blow up the whole cave, kill yourself, and maybe unleash some sort of foul beast upon Sweetwater. Maybe
Yeah,
that.
what's the worst that could happen?
I guess that'll resolve all our fucking problems with the lords, huh?
Yep.
Alright.
So, how much do we owe you for this?
One second.
Just give me a ballpark answer.
So, the 6 rocket splashers, the spool I threw in for free, your ammo for your fucking monster of a rifle, all in all is gonna be 4,000 gold.
I proceed to pull 4,000 gold out of my ass and give it to him.
You make it easy, don't you? He takes
I get the money.
He takes the gold, gives you guys all your stuff, and he even like throws you a bag to kind of put it all in, and he's kind of going off about, like, you know, the legality of the situation. Make sure not to talk to anybody on the way out. Keep it all secret. You didn't get it from here. And while he's like putting stuff into the vault, you notice that on top of the vault, the safe that he has, there's another box that looks like the lid is kind of popped open, and on the top it reads thruster in Dwarvish.
Oh. Oh! Hey, What's that you got there? That in that box?
Oh, prototype for an idea I had. It's supposed to go on the end of a hammer. And it like pulls out this.
I proceed to pull up my
rocket
hammer.
system.
Huh. So I have this hammer, and I was deciding on putting this big ass fucking rocket on it. What are the coincidences of this?
Fuck no. This thing is unstable.
Yeah.
Something goes wrong. You blow up yourself. You blow up a house. Kill a bunch of innocent people. I gotta live with that shit. It's bad enough I'm giving you all these explosives. At least you're going to a fucking cave and you'll kill yourselves in there, right?
I throw down another 2,000 gold onto the table.
He looks at it. Looks up at you. 5.
3. We do half?
4. That's final.
Fine, I'll do 4.
Takes the gold. Takes the box. Gives it to you. And he just kind of smiles. If I see you again, it's because you didn't die. Good luck.
You will see me. And it shall be glorious.
So, he's like locking everything up. Hector with his bag of stuff lashed onto his back, his rifle loaded. He like tucks it under his cloak, throws it over his head, and he says, "Nice working with you." And he looks at him and he says, "You don't know me, remember?" Of course. And as you guys are heading out to the kitchen, some of the guys are looking around at you guys as you leave. You reach the back door and you ask, "Who is the guy?"
Yeah, who is this guy? Pretend like I don't know him.
He's the guy that just gave us exactly what we need to save Boom. And he opens the back door, and standing there is one of the Lord of the Norse henchmen. "Good evening. Shall we have a conversation?" This guy's got slicked black hair, his cap on his head. It's kind of like one of those old school soldier uniforms he's wearing. It's got like this gray and black design to it. And he's just kind of smiling with like these pearly white teeth. Kind of unnerving as he's looking at you.
What do you want?
I couldn't help but notice that I've seen you around my lord's castle once in a while. You wouldn't happen to know where one of his best assistants went. What was her name? Serena. You must be
Last
here.
time I'd seen... No?
Make a deception check.
I had... Alright. Just the unsure of himself. No? Dirty 20, baby!
Nevertheless, you're a strange pair of people to be walking through our neighborhood, and let's just say we're under a lockdown for certain people. You mind coming with us?
I have to go meet my wife. I told her I'd be home before what time is it? Is it like late evening?
Hector's just like looking down at his own wrist. He's got no watch. He's like, "Oh, I left the thing at home. I guess I can't. Lost track of time, right, hun? Fucking run!" And like he ducks and runs out of the kitchen.
I'm going to proceed to pile drive this motherfucker right over. I'm going to steamroll him.
Okay.
I'm just going to fucking truck him with all 400 pounds of me.
Okay.
I'd like to see him try and fucking stop that.
So you're going to make an attack?
I guess you could say unarmed attack, yeah.
Okay.
Unarmed strike. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, so then he's just gonna take 6 points of damage, and I'm just gonna knock his ass right down.
Yeah, he falls back, caught off guard by the hit, hits the wall behind him, and he goes, "Well, that was rude." Are you out in the hall, in like the alley behind the tavern now?
Yeah.
You notice that on either side of this gentleman are 3 each soldiers that were backing him, and they're each carrying rifles and raising them at you. And the guy, like, up against the wall, rubs his head. That was quite the hit. Now let's just keep things simple and make the night go easy. What do you say?
Let me think about it. I proceed to look away, be like, what's that over there?
Make a deception check.
15.
Everyone else but that main guy looks in the direction.
Oh, you missed it. There was a naked lady. Something you'll never get to see ever again.
Did you just psych out the soldiers and then you're just standing there?
No, I'm gonna run. I'm yelling as I'm running. I'm yelling this.
Yeah, you run, making your way through the kitchen, and you just hear the guy say, "Oh, don't worry, we'll catch you eventually." And you find yourself in the middle of a large crowd of people. You can just barely see Hector, like, disappear into the crowd, and then, like, a hand pops back out for you. And people are, like, rolling and moving. He's trying to, like, reach out for your hand.
I proceed to grab it and run. Question,
Yeah.
with this thruster, am I able just to attach it, or do I need to, like, sit down and to attach it?
You might have to sit down and attach it.
Alright. Because I'd be like, it'd just be an easy snap-on, just ride the fucking hammer right out.
He pulls you through the crowd. There's a bunch of confusion. You take 3 points of bludgeoning as some guy hits you in the head with his elbow. And
so I take no damage because I don't take bludgeoning damage.
There you go.
He just hits me, doesn't even do any damage to me.
Yeah, you guys make it out into the front of the tavern, and immediately there's a pair of soldiers there that turn to you guys. They're like, "Hey, stop!" And they go to make a move. What do you do?
I'm going to proceed to, again, with all my might, step into these fucks and try and knock them out of our way.
Yeah, Hector's gonna put in the same effort. Go ahead and make a attack.
28.
Yeah, with your 28, he, like, shoves one guy back a little bit, but your shove into the one that you're facing pushes them both back, and they both fall over. People who are standing by in the crowd, they see the commotion, pointing and, directing everyone's attention to that spot. Maybe about over 50 feet down the road, you can see a couple of guards run out, seeing the commotion from the people pointing in your direction. And Hector's just like, well, so much for being stealthy. Let's fucking go. Let's go. And he, like, just takes off down an alley somewhere.
Alrighty. I shall also run.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Stealth. Okay, that's a 9 and a 8. Together it makes 98.
Every time that Hector finds a place to hide, your clinking and clanking attracts attention from someone who gives you guys away. And it's just you guys running through the town trying to get away from the soldiers.
Alright, so I'm now gonna tell Hector to split up and meet back at the house. So I'm gonna go on my own now, so I don't give him away.
Okay, so you're splitting off?
Yeah, I'm splitting off with him. Hopefully give him a better chance to get away.
Hector, kind of contemplating this, he fuck! What is it with you guys splitting off like this?
I can handle myself.
There's gotta be something.
I'll only slow you down.
Fine. I'll let the others know, okay?
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Hugh.
Yeah.
The bag.
Yeah, here, take it.
He like grabs the bags of rocket splashers and he's just like, "Good luck," and like runs off.
I'll keep the thruster on me though. I might be able to attach it here quickly.
You hear him running off, and it kind of gets quiet for a moment. You kneel down in the alley and you start to kind of work on this. Go ahead and make a wisdom check here. And do it with advantage because you understand weaponries and stuff like that now.
10.
The soldiers' feet are getting closer and closer, the stomping of their armor against the stone pavement increasing, the shouts getting closer. You can feel a tension as you continue to work on this thing. Go ahead and roll your advantage.
14.
You kind of have some sort of idea. You're putting this thing in place on your hammer. The latches around it are a little complex as you seem like you have to interconnect them to the actual hammer. You feel like there's some sort of like extra work that needs to be done before this thing is actually finished.
Okay, but it's on there. It's
No,
holding.
it's loose. Like it doesn't look like it's going to be very safe to use.
Okay.
But yeah, at your discretion, it's on, but you don't feel like it's ready. And
Okay.
as you're finishing this up, you see the soldiers running by, and one of them like stops and he looks right at you in the alley, and he's about to shout out to the other guys. What do you do?
I'm going to proceed to throw my dwarven thrower at him.
Okay.
So let's see. There's an 18 hit.
An 18 does hit.
Okay, with 13 points of damage to his skull. To kind of shut him up.
You throw this thing, and not only does it like strike him and hurt him, you completely obliterate the front side of his face, and he goes down cold.
Oh, perfect.
There's a
and
scream
just like that,
on the street
gone.
as this person goes down dead, and the soldiers converge to look over the body.
Alright, I'm gone. I've dipped. I'm vanished. I kept running. I'll pick up that thrower later.
Give me a stealth check as you try to kind of get away, from the situation. You're not necessarily sneaking, but we're using stealth here as a...
Fun fact, the dwarven thrower
God damn it, fuck. It comes back to me?
It just returns to you, yes.
Oh my god, I have an unlimited weapon. Oh, perfect. I can just throw it at people. Why haven't I been doing this?
Okay, yeah, you clank off after doing this, people shouting in the streets and everything, but you keep moving. We cut back to the initiative base. Eddard's surrounded by the capital soldiers, all looking at him, pissed off and angry, but there is a look of disappointment and confusion on Godfrey's face as he's just kind of looking you over from the top of the steps. I don't know what to say.
I can't really say I know either, considering I don't know the situation.
Well, Eddard, let me fill you in. You guys showed up randomly within the hall. To a degree, there's some people who are angry about that, including my hand. Believes your intrusion is just as foul as the other crimes that you guys have committed. You and the initiative broke in to my vault. Twice. Furthermore, may have even accessed facilities that were not meant to be accessed to the public. Not even the initiative. You guys go on quests and missions unsanctioned by us. And it's falling apart. When I tell you that it's been hard, you're making it harder!
Or just kind of sitting there? Like, is he still on his knees right now, or?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. When it comes to the vault and all that, I know nothing about that. That's news to me. But the initiative goes where it's needed.
You know it's not supposed to be like that. You guys signed off on working with us when we need you. Acting on your own, it's made things uneasy between our allies. What you guys did in the north. Everything that happened there. We still don't know 100% what happened. When we figure it out, even I don't think I'm going to be able to protect you guys. Until then, I have to place you under arrest. Take him in. And two of the guards kind of like grab their chains from their hips, and they begin to kind of approach you. You understand? I'm just doing the best I can. And I thought you coming back was maybe the beginning of something that actually helped me.
I can still help. I don't trust your hand.
I have to take you in. And we start from there. Small council will meet tomorrow.
We can still talk this over before any of them get involved.
I can't. How's it gonna look if I sit down in private with my own brother, considered to be a leader of the initiative, after everything that's happened in the last few days, the last year? You know one of you is wanted? For murder.
Uh-oh.
One of you's gone around killing people. I guess...
Do I know anything about that?
You don't know anything about that.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about, because no one in the initiative goes around just killing people at random.
I have proof. I'll show you everything, but you have to just trust me and go with us. We'll work this out.
It has to just be you and me. For now.
No. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
26.
Nice. He shaking. You can see like there's anger and confusion, like just a mix of frustration on his face. And
Brother, you can trust me.
he like looks at his guards, and you do notice some of the guards looking at Godfrey. Kind of like they're irritated with all of this. And he raises his hand and waves them off, and you notice that the captain of the squad, he's the one with the chains. He like puts him at his hip, and he looks down at you, and he gives you like a glare. So what now, sir? I need a moment with my brother. Sir? I need a moment with my brother. Leave the room. The guards all looking at each other begin to quietly shuffle out of the room, closing the doors behind them. Godfrey kind of like crosses the room over to where they are, standing between the doors and you, and they close the doors behind them. And he looks back at you. The wolves took off too. A little after your friends did.
And Queenie?
In the sky. Followed after them, probably. He almost killed one of my closest men. And he was just doing his job. In the vault, Dad guarded more than just his winnings and treasures and the family.
You have to believe me, I know nothing about them going into the vault.
The Citadel's calling for the arrest of LeFay and her friend. They want it done in private. They were actually supposed to be taken recently.
Is that why they were both half dead?
They got involved in the vault again. I don't know why they decided to go in again. You would think that after wiping their minds and sending them back to the beginning, that would be enough. The Citadel wants them taken in. Further questioning.
I can't let them have them.
And there's a vote to disband the initiative. The small council wants to meet tomorrow and discuss this and put it at the table.
I'm hoping you realize that even if they do that, we're going to continue going where we're needed.
And then I'll have to stop you. Don't put me in that position. Just maybe we can just start this all fresh. LeFay turns herself in. She faces what she has to. We disband the initiative. You can just be my brother back home. All of you can just go back home. It'll be easier that way.
Knowing what's out there, the threats that the kingdoms can face, I can't turn my back to it. There's too much at stake to just go home and pretend like it's not happening.
And I let you go. And everything falls on me. What do I do? What am I supposed to do when you leave? I'm not Dad. And I'm not a blood scream. Our own name is almost doesn't even matter to people. After everything that happened with Dorian, I got left with everything in pieces. And I told you I needed you, and I need you to do the right thing now.
There's really no way to just let this go, is there?
If I let you leave, I'll have to do what I have to do.
What if it's just me that you take in? Leave the rest of them alone.
I don't think it's going to work that way anymore. They're going to want them all disbanded. And they want LaFay.
Sorry, I just can't do that. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you this whole past year. I wasn't there.
Just go. Just go. And he starts to walk towards the main doors of the castle.
You have to ready the whole country for war.
The country's in my hands now. And it has nothing to do with you.
Either way, we'll play our part. I'll pull the ring out from the boot. I'll still always be there to protect you, brother.
He just looks at you and says nothing. And just walks off. Opens the door.
I'll open the portal. Did I even see where they went?
Who, the guards?
No, the rest of the group.
No.
Okay, so I'll just open it up to the other initiative base.
And you go through, and as you go through, the door closes to the initiative hall. And from there, we cut over to the rest of the group.
I have no idea where they went. And are we back to square one?
Enter the fugitive.
We cut back to the rest of the group. At this point, Riza's been moved inside onto the couch. All the guys have passed out on most of the beds in the room. Asher's kind of sitting in the kitchen, rubbing his temples and, just kind of in deep thought. Yeah, as it stands, it's pretty quiet right now. Those early birds are kind of chirping in the distance. Morning's kind of rapidly approaching. And you guys still haven't heard from Hector or Hugh just yet.
Fenrir's kind of pacing in the yard, just keeping watch on things still. It'd be quick.
So.
Zoe's just kind of like not kneeled down, but more like in a crisscross position on the ground, and she's just like thinking about the wolves more than Hugh.
about the moves.
Yeah, while you guys are all there, Fen, while you're doing your round, you notice Ona stands up and she points over, and Hector's kind of like running up the road towards the farm, and he's carrying a bunch of stuff, and he's like red in the face, and beads of sweat are running down his face, and like he kind of runs up, stops in front of his house, drops the bags. Fen! Fen! Fen!
Where's Hugh?
He's back in the town. Let's just say we were less than stealthy. We got caught up. He stayed behind to hold him back. He told me to go ahead, but we can't leave him. Sweetwater's gonna tear him apart. The Lord's still looking for him.
He's gotten out of worse scenarios.
You think he's just gonna be alright? You can't just leave him, right?
It's possible he's going to be fine.
Right. Okay. Oh, should we get ready to go get Boom then? God, I'm caught between it. Like, I feel bad leaving you like that. But he like reaches into the bag and he like puts his rifle aside and he's like checking it, making sure it's loaded. And then he looks up at you and he starts handing you rocket splashers. And he takes out the spool of wire.
So, he's like looking at the rocket splashers. How does this thing work?
Normally, you could just crank it, throw it, and it explodes. But we can also set like a fuse timer to them using this. I plan to maybe set it up so if we get Boom out of there, we can blow the cave behind us and block out whatever's there. Maybe even kill it. That way you don't have to risk yourself at all.
Let's hope that works.
It's all he had left. It's gonna have to work. And like he like this will definitely pierce that thing's skin. Right?
How many of those rocket splashers are there?
There's 6.
Can I take 2 of them?
Yeah. Yeah, he just passes it to you. So, with the group, with Hector back at camp, all of you would have gained the benefits. Let's see. Have another short rest here. Hugh and Hector being exceptions to this, because they didn't necessarily rest.
No, my fat ass is still running.
Figuring things out. Yeah.
So you can short
Dealing
rest.
with a problem.
Alright. So, loaded with 2 rocket splashers, LaFay, are you just passed out right now, or are you curious as to what's going on outside?
She's curious as to what's going on.
So yeah, you see Hector kind of gearing up with some weaponry, Hugh carrying 2 rocket splasher explosives. Zoe,
I'm
where are
not there.
you at currently? Or Fen, sorry. Oh my god.
Standing
They
at
don't
like,
even look
the,
alike.
It's not the
towards
point, my brain. What'd you say, Fen?
Standing at the pathway towards the cave.
Oh, you'd have to start making your way in that direction.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are loaded up, who's all going on this venture? Sam's still like passed out right now. It looks like some of the night knockers are looking him over. Asher kind of curious. He's like standing there with his cup of coffee. You're going back into the fucking cave? This soon? He'll be back any second. You know, Boom will pull through. He doesn't look very certain.
Fenrir like looks at him.
Okay, I'll go get my shit. And he goes back inside the house to get his gear and stuff. Hector, you know, just looking at that situation, he looks at you, Fen, and he's just like, it's been a while since you had to really fight. So going through the cave was already stressful for him, and let's just say brought back a couple of memories he'd wish to not remember.
That's unfortunate.
But Boom's our friend, and Hugh's now a new friend of ours. So if we get done with one, we'll get to the other as soon as possible. And Asher comes out wearing his armor, kind of looking a little tight on him. He's just like, I definitely gained some fucking weight. Let's go. I'll sharpen my blade. Anybody have a sharpener? And like he just takes out his sword. He's looking it over. Blunt here, blunt there. Zoe, they're passing you. Are you gonna join them? And LaFay, are you joining them or are you staying behind?
Did you hear her?
She's staying behind. She's mostly
Recovering?
Yeah, she's like recovering, and she's also like kind of wondering where Eddard's at.
Okay. And then, what'd you say, Fen?
Did you hear Zoe from there?
I did not, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I was like, the way you responded was right after she replied. No, she's staying behind.
So Zoe and LaFay stay behind. Fen going with Hector and Asher to the cave. You guys are headed towards the house, and let me pull up some names here real quick. So, one of the Zulu kids comes out, and he's like looking you guys over. He sees Hector. He's like, "Where are you guys going?" And Hector relays, "We're gonna go get Boom. He's stuck in the cave. Maybe I can come too. It's too dangerous. Look over your sister, okay?" And you guys aren't very far, and Zoe, you hear at first the sound of hooves approaching. And when you guys look down the path leading to the farm, you see a dozen horses riding up, and they look like town soldiers. They quickly spread out around the first house, riders on top aiming down rifles at the group that is outside. And the main guy shouts out, "My order, lords of the Sweetwater town, you're all under arrest for treason against us."
Waiting for someone to say,
Yeah, I know, right?
No, you.
No,
Go
you.
first card.
So with these soldiers running up, they kind of cut short Hector, Asher, and Fenn's journey, and we cut over to Hugh. Hugh, you didn't roll very high with a nat 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Making your way between the streets of the town, there's a bunch of people that see you, draw attention to you. So there's beggars who like kind of grab at your arm when you pass them, asking you for money, And when you burst out of one of the alleys, you come out onto this cobblestone road where that slick-haired guy is standing, and he's just watching you. And he goes, "Come on. Maybe it's time you stop screwing around here. You're outnumbered." And little by little, you start seeing soldiers coming out of the alleyways with rifles and swords and other weapons, and they're all kind of closing in. A wise decision is to put down those little toys of yours before I have to take out some of mine.
How many guys do I see?
With him included, you're looking at about 20 guys.
20 to 1. I like those odds.
We'll see. And he holds up a finger, and it starts to kind of glow white. And I need you to make a wisdom save.
'And this is how you hurt yourself.
11.
So with an 11, you feel your body like stiffen, and you're suddenly frozen in place, and you just can't move. Your body falls over.
Can I not brute strength this?
Unfortunately, no. You fall to the ground, and laying there, being unable to move, the slick-haired man kind of walks up to you and looks over you and says, "Oh yes, I'm sure the lords will enjoy picking you apart." He snaps for them to grab you, and you get hoisted up by some of the guards.
Gotta use your little magic because you can't fight like a man. Pathetic.
I don't have time. I have to go home. The wife and kids are waiting for me. Take care of them, boys. And he like kind of waves them off. And as they're kind of taking you off towards the familiar grounds of the Lord of the North, you can kind of feel like a shift in the magic and some of your strength returning. But it's still kind of like got a bit of a hold on you as these guys are restraining you as well. Eddard, you had gone back to the initiative base. Where exactly?
I guess inside the mansion.
Okay. So inside the mansion, being this early morning, you don't really see anybody at the moment.
I thought it was night.
Yeah, like it's with the hour that passed and everything, and I guess it is night for you right now. Stop fucking up the timeline!
I'm trying to figure it out! Don't get mad at me.
I am mad. Because I finally fixed the timeline, and you just fucked it up again!
I'm mad at you, Effie. I'm mad at you.
But yeah, where do you go from here?
Is he alone in the room or something?
It's like you're in the middle of the mansion, so like the waiting area, the living room.
Guys there for a moment, just like clenching his fist and shaking before he ends up flipping over the nearest table. Just
there's
pure anger going through him at the moment.
Yeah, the noise echoes through the hallways. There's some people that like open their doors. You can hear the creaking of the doors opening, and soon after you hear like a voice, "Everybody go back to bed. I'll take care of this." No, Kato, I got it. I'm gonna fuck him up with this hammer. Who the fuck? And like Brian comes down the stairs holding this giant ass hammer.
I forgot his name was Brian.
And you realize that Brian is just wearing a pair of boxers right now. Who the hell's waking me up at the middle of the... Eddard, what the hell? That was one of my favorite tables. You okay?
Just kind of standing there, staring at the table, holding back tears at the moment.
Eddard? You okay?
I need to talk to Kato.
And that's where we end tonight's session.
LFA's in deep shit.
Very deep shit.
Mm-hmm. God damn it, LaFay! I'm sorry!
These are the consequences of your actions.
Consequence.
I don't want to consequences.
Consequence.
Yeah,
Find the
as
TikTok for
it was
that and just
with
put.
every single thing that you guys did in the Capitol, my brain kept going like, oh my god, and then like Edward deciding to stay behind, oh my god,
Edward using a wormhole to get us out of there.
oh my god,
Capital.
using a wormhole to get out of there as a worm was going to eat you guys. Jeez, so much happened tonight. Well, figure out what happens next time on the next episode of The Dungeon Initiative.
Redacted.